What's up, everybody? I am back with another video. Today we'll be talking about Best Director predictions for the Oscars. And before we get into that, you know the drill. Subscribe, hit that like button, comment, notifications button. Do all that for me. Support your boy. Appreciate it. And let's jump into it. So, Best Director is it is a very important category, especially when you're talking about Best Picture, because if you look at the Best Picture winners, they've always the same movie has always won a screenplay category or the Best Director, or sometimes both. And so that is why No Man Land, Mank, and Child Chicago 7 are the top three Best Picture contenders. Because if you think about it, Mank, David Fincher is a lock for best director, not just nomination. This is his to win it. He hasn't released a movie in 6 years. He's never won an Oscar, and the way he's directed this movie, I don't think anyone truly has a chance of beating him. Oscars is known for upsets, so we could see an upset and Chloe Zhao winning for No Man Land, but I truly think that this right here, this is David Fincher's Oscar. He's never won an Oscar, and his movies are so good. He's deserved it in the past. He's gotten snubbed. There's been upsets and everything, but this one right here, everyone's been talking about this all year long since the day after last Oscars. They all say that David Fincher winning Best Director for Mank truly should be a lock at this point. And we're in October, months later, that's still an accurate statement. Last video, I put the link for the teaser for Mank, and if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It looks amazing. The cinematography, everything about this movie just looks old timey, which makes it perfect because this is the type of movie that doesn't need to look like, you know, the the newest 2020 type movie. I mean, this looks like an old timey movie from back in the day, which is exactly when Citizen Kane was made. So the way he did all that and his direction and his vision for this movie is why he's going to get this Oscar. And I truly think, I pray and pray that this right here should be the Oscar that has to happen. And but we're going to see. Like I said, who can sneak up and steal it from him is Chloe Zhao for No Man Land. No Man Land, man, the visionary, the vision Chloe Zhao had. When you see this, when you see the trailer and I see the reviews for the movie, I haven't watched it yet, but everyone is praising her direction. They said that it's better than her last movie, The Rider, which was a good independent slow burn movie. Once again, you got another slow burn movie, but this time it's Francis McDormand. Not The Rider was an actor that no one really knew, but this one, Francis McDormand, a Oscar winner, and this this one right here can sneak up on Mank, on David Fincher's Oscar, and steal it from him. But that's just a possibility. I don't think that's going to happen. But it's the Oscars; anything can happen. So we're just going to have to see. But keep an eye out for Chloe Zhao for No Man Land because that can be an upset. You know, she can take that Oscar from David Fincher. I hope not, because David Fincher deserves this, man. He needs this. But the next one is Paul Greengrass for News of the World. News of the World is that Western Tom Hanks movie that I talked about. They actually released a like a minute long teaser for it the other day, like right before I started this channel, and it looks amazing. And Tom Hanks looks like he's gonna act like he's never acted before, and he's had some amazing legendary roles, and he's worked with Paul Greengrass before for Captain Phillips, which was a very good praise movie back in 2013. Captain Phillips was just a strong powerhouse emotional movie, and now that they're back together, I love it when an actor and a director, they make an acclaimed, amazing, iconic movie, and then a few years later they make another one, and that is the trust in the actor, and that's the trust in the director. Tom Hanks trusts Paul Greenhouse's methods, and Paul Greenhouse, what's his name? Greengrass, yeah, sorry, Greengrass. Um, I lost my train of thought. I keep saying greenhouse. I meant Greengrass. Sorry, but Paul Greengrass, he he's made some amazing movies, not just Captain Phillips, but he's made a couple of the Jason Bourne movies, and he's made United '93 and uh, 22 July. That's on Netflix, which was a great movie. But Paul Greengrass, I don't think this is his Oscar to win, but this, but he definitely deserves the recognition for this. He is an amazing director, and I think one day he should get the best director win. I really think so, but due to the competition and David Fincher's powerhouse Mank, I just don't see that happening. But he should definitely get nominated, still get the recognition, still get the praise, because when you have a movie like News of the World, man, it can only come up with Paul Greengrass, and he's made some amazing stories and amazing ways to tell that story. And part of that is trusting his actor to help him go through with it. And Captain Phillips, and in this one, Tom Hanks. If you're going to trust any actor, it's Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks has worked with multiple directors multiple times, but this is one. This is one that I hope he keeps working on till time ends, because Captain Phillips was just such an amazing movie, and I know this is going to be bigger and better, and I cannot wait and hope they do another movie together. Aaron Sorkin, number 4, Trial of Chicago 7. I think he's going to get nominated, but he's not winning this. Here's what he's going to win in. I'll talk about next week in the screenplay. He's going to win in one of the screenplay categories. This is not his category to win Best Director. He's not winning this thing. Sorry. But he's not winning Best Director. He'll probably get nominated, which he deserves, but he's not going to win this. This is so far from him. And I don't think Aaron Sorkin is getting praise for the Trial of Chicago 7. But, I mean, this isn't that type of director, oh my gosh, movie. This is the screenplay. Aaron Sorkin is one of the best writers. This Friday, when Trial of Chicago 7 drops on Netflix, I'm going to review that morning, and I cannot wait. This is one of the most anticipated movies of the year for me, and I really think I really think that what I'm going to love the most about this is the screenplay, and I'm going to love his direction because he's Aaron Sorkin. But why I'm going to love it is because he's Aaron Sorkin, is the screenplay. That's what he's known for. He's made some iconic screenplays. I mean, he wrote Moneyball. He wrote Steve Jobs. He wrote and directed Molly's Game. He directed Social Network, which is one of the best movies of last decade. And he's written a bunch more. So his first movie that he wrote was A Few Good Men. So when you have a resume like that, every time he writes a screenplay, you have to put him at the top of the list for that screenplay category, because his name. When you think of Aaron Sorkin, you think of his writing. I think he's going to be. I don't. He's better at writing than directing, but he is directing very good movies, and I think that he's going to get recognition for his direction, of course, because he's amazing. But he'll be nominated, but he will not win this. This is honestly Paul Greengrass will win before he does for this category. But We'll just have to see. I was thinking a lot about what I need to put for number 5 because there will be 5 nominations. I was trying to pick my last main one before I went to my quick 5 alternates, and it was hard. But due to all the postponements and the cancellations and me taking off movies off my list and everything, I want to put Spike Lee for The Five Bloods as my number 5. I really do. But I'm going to put Regina King for One Night in Miami. Reason why is because when you have someone who's always been an actor, an actress, and then her first movie directed, and the one thing, the one that they praise the most is her direction. And everyone that I talk about, I'm going to say they praise their direction because they do. But when you have Regina King, who's known for winning Oscars for acting and everything, but here she's directing this thing. She's not in this movie. She directed it, and they said that she is a force to be reckoned with. Critics have said from the festivals that you need to watch out for what she does next because she ain't here to play. Like she's making this movie is such a a statement, and it's basically saying I'm here. Like let's do this, and this will come out select theaters January, but on Amazon Prime in January. So I cannot wait for that. But Regina King, she won her Oscar not that long ago, just a few years ago, for A Bill She Could Talk for Best Supporting Actress. And I remember I saw the movie in theaters. And as we were leaving, I told Mom, I said, Regina King just won an Oscar. And this was back in November, so this was months before this was like 2 months before nominations even came out. And Mom said, "You think so?" And I said, "Oh yeah, no, that's a lock." She won not the first category of the night. I don't know why I remember this so well, but the first category of the night was her category, and she won it. And Regina King is far from just winning that one Oscar. She's gonna win so much more. Um, she's gonna win a lot of awards for One Night in Miami, but that is not gonna include this Best Director category. I really want all these directors, Paul Greengrass and Regina King and Chloe Zhao and all these people to win this Oscar because all their movies are just. I know that they're going to be the most talked about movies from 2020, 5 years from now. But when you have David Fincher, it goes back to David Fincher every time. When you have David Fincher, you cannot go wrong. You cannot say, well, she's going to beat him. But, I mean, there is a chance David Fincher can lose. Yes, there is a chance. But it is a small, small chance. It is very small because, I mean, just because when you have the story like how Citizen Kane came to be, and when you have David Fincher, whose dad wrote the screenplay years before he died. So he's taking his dad's screenplay, he's taking it into his hands, and he's going to make this world into his vision and through his eyes. So it is absolutely amazing to see him do that. And only David Fincher can do what he's doing for Mank. And I cannot wait to see it. December 4th, Netflix, it drops. But real quick, I'm going to go through the next 5. These are just alternates just in case the other one doesn't live up. But that 5 really seems strong. And the next 5 are alternates, and I'm going to start with what I really wanted in my top 5, but I had to take out. Spike Lee, The Five Bloods. Spike Lee, I talked about this in my first video, I think, about how I wouldn't say I'm a Spike Lee fan, but Black Klansman definitely made me want to see his next movie. So when The Five Bloods dropped, I watched that morning, and man, it was so good. It was a 2.5-hour movie. I just worked all night long. Last thing I need to do is watch a 2.5-hour movie, but I wanted to, and I just fell in love with it. His I think the most praise about it is his direction and screenplay. I mean, he won screenplay for BlacKkKlansman, and a lot of people said, "Well, he's going to win screenplay for this one." Not, that's not happening. I don't think. I don't know. The Five Bloods is kind of hard to put where you want to put it in the water due to it hasn't really been talked about lately. It came out in June, and I think the last time people talked about it was like July. Starting in August, people started bumping it down in every single category. There's still a huge chance that it can sweep the Oscars and get a bunch of nominations like BlacKkKlansman did. But when you have an early release date like that, it's hard to be talking about that 6 months later. Movies have done that in the past. It has been talked about, but like every movie is different. So yes, everyone was still talking about One Time in Hollywood, which came out in July. Black Panther, February, and Dunkirk somewhere in like May, June or something. But I don't know. It's very hard to talk about the Five Bloods and Spike Lee because is it even in the running for anything other than Best Actor? Delroy Lindo, 100% will be nominated, but I don't know. I'm keeping it, in my top 10 for Best Picture, but for Best Director, I don't know. Same thing for screenplay, possibly. I don't know. I don't exactly know yet. I'm still working on those for next week. But sorry, not next week. That'll be in a couple weeks. But I don't know. Spike Lee, I think, is an amazing, visionary, acclaimed director. He is absolutely amazing. BlacKkKlansman was phenomenal. The Five Bloods was phenomenal. You look at his past movies; they're all so phenomenal. So him not getting his first Oscar until a couple years ago is a shock. When he won it, it was like truly one of the best moments of the night. But him being nominated for Best Director, I just don't see that possible. If he gets nominated, he's not winning. The next one is Ron Howard for Hillbilly Elegy. Hillbilly Elegy doesn't have a release date yet, but they're shooting for November. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't think it's gonna come out in November. But we're just gonna have to see how time tells. But Ron Howard is another very acclaimed director, and he's made some amazing movies. I've talked about it in the first video, Frost Nixon and A Beautiful Mind, which won Best Picture. But this movie, A Beautiful Mind, his methods of directing that movie was so made you feel so powerless watching. And he's made Apollo 13, and he's made his early movies were some classic comedies of Tom Hanks, But this man is way more than that. He has proven that too, and I think he'll be lucky. You can put him back in the Oscar race, and it would be cool to. I do want Ron Howard to win one more Oscar. I want him to release a movie like A Beautiful Mind that just sweeps the Oscars and sweeps everyone. But I don't think it's going to happen until BLG. I think it's going to be strong. I think it can win a couple awards, but this one I had to put on my alternate due to just the competition is so fierce this year with directors, and you can't really just pick one, and it sucks, but that's just how it is. Lee Isaac Chung for Minari. Minari is an A24 movie that came out that premiered at Sundance in January, and they just released a trailer about a week ago. They don't have a release date yet, but since the trailer, everyone's been putting it up their list, even though it has no release date yet. The trailer does look amazing, but I don't know anybody in this movie. I don't know any of the crew, the writers, the directors, no nothing. But I did put this on my alternate because of the reception, because of how people are talking about this director. Uh, I've heard people that went to Sundance and they said that this director is going to be like Regina King. It's like a force to be reckoning with. So I'm excited to see this movie and see what this director does next. But I don't have too much to say because I'm still kind of unknown to this movie. I've been looking into it all year, but until I see the movie, there's nothing really. I mean, it's not like I can look at this director and say, "Well, let's talk about their past work." I've never seen anything from this director. I've never heard of this director, so it's just not much I can say. But I am definitely putting it on my alternate list due to the reception, and I don't think I'll be disappointed. But but no, I think I think this director is gonna be like Regina King and some other directors that you need to watch out for. Francis Lee, number 4 for Ammonite. People have been putting it on their list high, but this is not happening. I put it on here. I did put it on here, though, as my alternate, as number 4, because, I mean, she is truly. Sorry, he. I don't know why I said she. I was thinking of Regina King still. But he is a director that is going to be one of those directors that we talk about years to come. And his movie Ammonite is with Kate Winslet and Saoirse Ronan. They it premiered at Toronto and it didn't get the best reviews. It got average in the 60s. But don't let that scare you because Jojo Rabbit and Joker, when they first released, they were in the 60s and they were still nominated for Best Picture. Todd Phillips was Todd Phillips' movie Joker had the most nominations. So even though I'm putting Ammonite down in every category with categories like this, um, it still has a big possible chance. But people are putting it down to the reviews, and but we're just gonna have to see. And George C. Wolfe from Maraine's Black Bottom. This is Chadwick Boseman's last performance. And I cannot wait for this movie. This movie is going to be awesome. Denzel Washington as a producer. This is his second project where he's working on a movie that's based off of a play by this guy. And Denzel Washington directed Fences, and here we are. He's producing Maraine's Black Bottom. If y'all haven't seen Fences, go see it. It was one of the best movies of the year a few years ago. It was awesome. But Maraine's Black Bottom. This is a far fetched talked about can it get the Oscar Best Director category nomination, but honestly, your true strong contenders are Fincher, Zhao, Greengrass, Sorkin, and King. And when you have Lee and Howard and Chung and Wolf and Lee and Spike Lee, they all 10 deserve the best director nomination. But when you can only have 5. I think the 5 that get snubbed will truly be nominated somewhere at another award show. I mean, because this is just the Oscars. We have so many other award shows, and I will talk about that throughout the few months as we get closer and closer into award season. I mean, we've already had the goal. So we haven't had an awards ceremony yet, but we have had a couple awards go out, and that is at the festivals. You know, we've had the Golden Lion for Best Film at Venice, and we've had Toronto's People's Choice Award, the best top 3 films. And the Golden Lion went to No Man's Land. The first place, the actual winner for Toronto's People's Choice Award was No Man's Land also. The first runner-up was One Night in Miami. And the second place runner-up was this Canadian movie called Beans. No idea. I don't even know if that needs to be on your radar just yet. I'm still looking into that, but I'll let y'all know if y'all need to look into that one. But No, I think this is Fincher's year. I really think this is Fincher's year because this man, I don't think any other director deserves an Oscar more than him. He truly deserves this Oscar. And Greengrass and Zal and all these guys, yes, I want them to win an Oscar one day, yes. But when you have David Fincher in the category, cannot go wrong with my man. But that is it for Best Director. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. This Friday, I'll be doing a video of the review for Chicago 7. And then I'll be doing 2 more videos next week as well. But I'll be doing 2 videos a week, if y'all haven't could tell. But that's going to be how we're going to do it. But thanks again, and have a good one.